All right, hello, everyone. This is Shooting Game Weekly number 16. This episode is for Imperishable Night of the Touhou variety. We're doing the next Touhou episode, indeed, and pretty excited to be back on Touhou. Gonna be learning a bunch of stuff about Imperishable Night, some scoring replays. So we're actually be looking at some lunatic replays by a player named Alan. He's gonna be doing a Youmu solo lunatic up to stage 6A, and then we've actually fused another replay after that, and checking out the alternate route, I believe it's referred to as, with Scarlet team setup as well, also played by Alan, and then also checking out Youmu solo extra stage performed by ASL. And so yeah, this week also we got a group of Touhou friends here joining for the commentary. Of course, Soda is hosting the stream. He's gonna be doing some commentary.
Yay,
And
Soda!
Yay, I can talk!
Yay!
you can talk finally. Got him caged up down there, but okay. And then also, yeah, so we're joined this week, a couple new guests. Zengeku 3. Hey, Zengeku.
Hi.
And Sakurei. So, yeah. Hey, Sakurei.
Hi.
So, yeah, you guys are going to be pretty much, they're going to be pretty much talking all about Imperishable Night for us and explaining exactly how to play it and what to look out for with the scoring system and all that type of stuff. So before we get to the replay, I'm just going to have these guys pretty much talk about what to expect with Touhou 8 Imperishable Night. So if you guys want to just take it away and,
Okay, do you or should I?
I think I'll start out by saying that in general in Touhou games you want to raise your point item value early on in the game to later on cash in on it. And in Imperishable Night this is no different. And there's a lot of different ways you can do this. The first one is by shooting unfocused with a human team. You will collect time orbs this way. Every time you collect time orbs, your point item value increases. If you're shooting as a human with your gauge down there in the lower left corner, below minus 30% if you're playing as Youmu solo here, it's usually minus 80% if you're playing as any other team. You'll gain a lot of time orbs by shooting unfocused. Another way of gaining time orbs is by by grazing bullets while focused and having your gauge above 30% yokai, 80% in terms of other teams. And doing this will let you build up your point item value there. Another thing that's important to notice is that if you pick up items while being fully human, with your human gauge there above 30% and with Youmu, sorry, you'll pick up items at twice the value.
Okay, and you're like saying like about human and stuff, like what's this
Yeah, okay. The thing is, when you're playing normally with a team, you're playing as a human character and a yokai character. And the human character, that's unfocused. They can pick up items at double the value, and if you shoot with them or pick up time orbs with them, you'll go more human. However, if you focus and do grazing and killing enemies with the yokai, you'll go more towards the yokai side of the gauge.
I see, and that's only with the two different sides. That's for only the team play.
Yeah,
or...
it's mostly only for the team play, though. Youmu here is different because she can gain both the benefits of the human solo play and the yokai play, because she's different.
Oh, okay.
She's half human, half yokai, so she can do this.
Oh, sick.
She's
true.
Half Phantom is more correct, but yeah.
Half some, yeah, you can call it what you want.
So that's what, so okay. I've been hearing all about why like Youmu is good for scoring. So that kind of makes sense now.
Exactly, she's good for scoring because she can very quickly switch between the two modes.
Yeah, you can see the meter down in the left corner. Youmu has a max of negative 50% and max 50%. Negative 50% is human side. The other team has up
Right.
to 100%, so it takes much longer for them to actually reach them. And in order for you to benefit the other sides, you need to reach 80% of normal teats. With Youmu, only 30%.
I see.
Yes.
That's right.
And that gauge is affected by the time orbs you collect, right? Or did I get that right?
By picking up a time orb, you switch much quicker.
Right.
Okay. What other items are there that we're gonna see?
Like in UFO, you will see power items. The max power in this game is 128.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from the time orbs and the point items, you'll also see small point items if you want so. Some enemies have familiars circling around them, and these in most cases they draw these small point items. Usually you don't want to destroy the familiars on their own, but by killing the enemy that's controlling them, so to speak. Because these point items are a huge amount of your score.
Okay.
When you play a team, meaning let's say Scarlet team with Sakurei and Remelia, you usually focus to shoot. So when you focus into a yokai, these familiars become invulnerable, so you can't hurt them. But since we're going to see Youmu, she could, and we are going to see some very crazy character control with that ball trailing behind her. So it's going to be very interesting how Alan and ASL handle avoiding killing these familiars.
So the familiars are a big part of the scoring. Is that what you're
Right.
getting at here?
Killing these also nets you extra time orbs. So the more familiars you kill without actually killing the enemy, the less time you get, which means the lower your point item value is. So you really want to avoid that.
Are the familiars cute fairies?
No.
No.
They look like fire,
White blobs.
You'll notice-
like a flame. They look
Oh,
very
okay. They're flames. Okay.
All right. Okay. And okay. Well, yeah. Other basic things to know before we start the replays. What to expect?
We
I
should
suppose.
mention star items too, maybe.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Star
Like,
item.
whenever you cancel out enemy bullets, you get these small little star items. And this is something I first learned today. I hadn't noticed them before. After like 5 years of
Nice.
playing. Because you absorb these star items so quickly. Like, they can be really hard to notice even if you know what to look for. But these star items, they are spawned as you cancel out bullets by killing off the attacks. And their value is determined based on how much grace you have. So you'll want to get the grace as high as possible, and then you will want to cancel the enemy spell cards when there are most bullets on the screen.
Ooh, sounds kind of dangerous.
That's very risky.
At the same time, this game is also about milking them. So there's
Yes.
a lot of risky play in this game.
Yes, you will want to milk spell cards for time points if you can, if it's profitable. You see, the more time passes during a spell card, the less time orbs you're going to get as you kill it. However, if you can gain more time orbs by super gracing attacks, then it'll be worthwhile to do that.
I see.
It's like a
so you have to
super
strike a
graze.
balance.
Is a super graze like getting in between like a big ass pattern or something?
Yeah,
Okay.
something
Yeah.
like
I
you
remember
will do
seeing.
some crazy stunts to gain a lot of grace, and you'll get a lot of time orbs, and that can easily outdo whatever you would have gotten by killing the spell card quickly. Also, there's something else you need to know. If you'll notice when a spell card is going on, there's some spell card value going on up there in the right corner. That keeps going down. However, if you gain a lot of time orbs very quickly, it will fill up again up to a certain maximum threshold. It cannot go beyond that.
Okay.
So if you super grace something, you can keep the value of the spell card high. Though it's not like in Perfect Cherry Blossom where you can keep super gracing beyond the initial value of the spell card. It's capped at a certain level. Unless we're talking about the last spells way later in the game.
Yeah, we're coming to that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, those few things kind of sounds like it's coming together in my mind, like how exactly this is played for score.
I think so, yes.
And one small thing as well. For each time orb you pick up, you gain a very small score, but you pick up so many of them they become relevant. And this one you can also increase. For every point item you pick up, the time orb value increases. And for every time orb you pick up, the item value increases.
So in the later stages, you're getting mad points?
Yeah, in
like,
later
Yes,
stages
that's
they're
true.
worth
By
like
stage 6
7.
you will be
You gain like
7,000,
6,000.
8,000.
Oh, shit.
And you get like 40,000 of them. So it is a significant bonus.
And of course, all the stuff carries from stage to stage.
Yeah.
Right, it's snowballing on you.
Right. Gotcha.
No Touhou game reaches as high score as this game.
So
Right.
very simply, then, so you get in the time orbs to get better point items, and then the more point items you have, the better those cancels are from the familiars.
Yeah. Every time orb you collect is worth more. That's true. For every item you have collected.
And then doing
Though I'd say
grazing during the
primary
bosses.
purpose of canceling things is to raise the point item value.
Okay.
But then again, I am not the biggest expert on this field, but that's what I think anyway.
So where do the majority of the points come from exactly?
They come from collecting items, definitely.
Okay.
I see.
Yeah.
But a lot of items come from grazing too. A lot of points come from grazing too, obviously.
So the items are also picked up when you complete a spell card during a boss, right? All the bullets
Yes.
turn into items. Is that a large part?
No,
as well?
they don't turn into items in that sense. They turn into star items. That's something different. That's the
I
ones
see.
that are affected by the grace. The items we're talking about are those that are being counted out there in the right side of the screen as point.
I see.
You will pick them up above the point of collection line, which is an invisible line, where upon crossing it, you will automatically collect all the items. I think we covered this in the UFO episode too.
Yes, that's right.
And as previously mentioned, if you collect them up there as a human, then you will collect them at twice the value.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So,
And as
all
you'll
right.
see, when we reach stage 6, the point item value has reached about 1 million or something.
Wow.
So if you pick it up as a human character, you will pick up basically 2 million points for every item.
Wow.
That stage spawns a lot of items. So you'll be primarily cashing in here, just like in UFO, where all those summons in stage 5 and 6 were worth hundreds of millions.
Wow. Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, shall we start the replay then? I think we've got a pretty good, unless if there's something else that you guys want to include before we start the replay.
I do want to ask, what are the repercussions for bombing and dying?
Yeah.
Good question.
Bombing in itself does nothing to your score. Death bombing, however, gives you a penalty on the time you have collected at the stage. You see under the on the right under point you have time, and you lose 1,000 I think for death bombing, and dying also reduces this by 1,000. The thing here is you get a lot of bombs in the game, but you only get like I think 1 life over the maximum, so you want to avoid dying at all, because optimal ending is 8 bombs and 8 lives and 8 bombs. So if you die more than once, you can't end the game with maximum lives anymore. So you want to bomb before you get hit at all, because death bombing takes 2 bombs off your stock, and that's not good.
And death bombing was when you like hit the bomb button after you got hit. Is that what that
Right.
was? Okay,
You can also hear when you get hit and still bomb, so it's not hard to miss.
gotcha. It's like, man, it's funny. It's like it's like if you weren't fast enough with the panic bomb. I just like the mechanic. It's like if you weren't fast enough, you get saved, but you still get kind of screwed over.
Yeah,
All
that's a
right,
good
cool.
medium. Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, let's get this thing started then. I think we're pretty much good to go, eh?
Yeah.
Alrighty, I shall do the countdown.
Yeah, just a small warning. At the start of this replay, he will start using a bomb, and I have no idea what my sound level is at.
Okay.
Okay.
So you are warned that this can be loud, or it can
Okay.
be nothing at all.
Warning: large bomb noise
Yes.
approaching.
Warning. Speaking
Alright.
of sound levels, guys in the STG Weekly Twitch TV chat, yeah, please let us know about the levels as we start the replay.
Yeah, let us know if
I
anything's
noticed
amiss.
in my RSC channel, a person has asked me if I could turn up the volume. I don't know. Is it really low or something?
Oh, your voice, your mic volume.
Yeah.
You're
You're-
fine. I can hear you fine. But if you
So
bump
do
it up
I.
a little bit, that might be good. It could
Yeah,
stand.
it wouldn't hurt to increase it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Maybe a little.
Let's hear you.
It seems fine now. Like you guys, someone said it's not low anymore. So
Oh, great.
okay. All right. Well, let's do it then.
Okay.
I shall do the countdown. 3, 2, 1, click. All right. 3, 2, 1. Takaluka.
Takaluka.
And it wasn't loud at all.
Where
Okay.
the fireflies fly.
Right.
Yeah, you can see these flaming things around that fairy. Those were the familiars I was talking about.
Hmm.
So yeah, this is Youmu. She's the most technical character in the game.
Because
Right.
of the being able to change between the two, human and yokai.
Well, her shot type
No,
as well.
Her shot type is
right.
hard to use as well.
Ah.
You see that little ball of mist, ghost, whatever, that is trailing her. You control that by a movement. And I'm not really into the specifics about how you control it. But
It's pretty much the
it's just
opposite
based
way
on your
you're...
movements.
Ah.
So you gotta learn how to control it properly so you can kill things properly.
So it does a lot of damage when you float it over stuff. Is that what it?
It shoots at
Oh, it
things.
shoots. Oh, okay, guys. So it is. So it is.
And it's not automatically seeking. Okay. All right.
No.
You have to manually control it, yes.
I see. It looks like it's going in the opposite direction from when it's moving.
Yes.
Right,
Right.
it does.
Okay.
So
Wow, that
Youmu's
is really
soul
impressive.
is about a position.
And another thing, I believe that when you're focused, the ghost will retain its direction, so you can lock it into place if you go into focus mode.
That's right.
So I noticed the time is 7,000 over 3,000. Oh,
Yes.
what does that mean when it's over 3,000?
Right,
You can take it, Sakurei.
okay, you have the 3000 is a requirement. Getting to that requirement unlocks the last spell at the end of the stage boss, which is what you generally wanna have to score. In stage 1 especially, since you can super graze it quite well and get a lot of time from it.
Wow. I've never seen
Also,
like.
one thing that's important to mention right here is this spell that we are playing against right now. The player is constantly switching between unfocused and focused in order to provoke the familiars to fire more bullets at the player.
That's
so he
only
can
when you play a
raise them.
team.
Yeah,
When you
okay.
play solo Youmu, then it's shooting more bullets even without
Okay.
unfocusing.
But as a team, you'll want to constantly switch between the focused and unfocused. That's important to mention if you want to play this game for score.
Because they spit out more bullets then.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
Here comes the super
That-
grace.
Great.
Yes, this is the first case of a super grace, I believe.
Whoa, those bullets made a star. That was epic.
Yeah, you will want to hold the boss very tightly here and avoid any of the bullets that she shoots out. And then you'll want to graze the two lengths of bullets, if you will call it that, to gain the optimal amount of time orbs from this spell card while keeping the spell bonus high. As you'll notice over on the right side of the screen, you get a lot of timeout orbs by doing this. And for the third spell card here, the player will do exactly the same thing, essentially, but I believe it's probably easier to handle this spell card than the previous one, because she doesn't fire those small little bullets that might get in your way.
I have to agree on that one. I find this one easier to handle.
So the purple stuff that's coming out, what is that again?
That's the time orbs.
That's the time.
That's the time orbs? Okay.
Now, if you'll notice down on the left bottom of the screen, the point item value is already at 415,000 or something. Yeah, I think that's it. And at the start of the game, it was only at 300,000. So all this time orb super grazing has caused the point item value to increase by 115,000 already. Which, when doubled as a human player, means that he gets like
shit ton of score.
Yeah, a shit ton of score.
630,000 per point item.
So it sounds like, yeah, you know, taking advantage of the scoring really pays off.
Yes.
It does.
That's cool.
It's a very big optimization game. You'll want to get it as high as possible, as early as possible, because then you'll be able to cash in better on the items. Okay.
These fairies that shoot those arrowheads, you have to time killing them properly. The faster you kill them, the more they spawn. But if you kill them too quickly, you don't have enough familiars on screen to make the cancels worthwhile. So
gotcha.
It's a very tight affair to time those properly.
Yeah, you waited like a couple seconds for the familiars to come out, I noticed. Okay. Neat.
Wow.
Alright. It's boss time. One thing that should be noted is the thing about grazing as a yokai can only be done when you are facing off against a mid-boss or a stage boss. You won't get any time orbs by doing it during the stage portion. We forgot to mention that earlier.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Right, which means as you will virtually want to be unfocused the whole time during the stage portion. Yeah, we forgot to mention that.
Something I did learn though is that the more human mode you are, the more grace you get per grace. So if you're over 80% human, you actually get 3 grace point items per grace.
Yeah, that's true.
But you get no time orbs.
Oh.
True. Also, the super grace we just passed by is freaking badass. I just like to pull that out.
Nice.
It looks crazy.
The movement of her is random, so you can get quite screwed over if you're unlucky. So that adds to the difficulty. Right. Another thing that you will see later on, more importantly than here, is that when you shoot familiars, you damage the boss too, but much less, so you can get extra time from shooting the familiars unfocused, especially with a strong shot like Youmu.
But you sacrifice points, right? Is that the exchange?
No. When you shoot things at below -30 with Youmu, you get these time orbs. And shooting the familiars makes no difference in that case.
Okay. Okay.
A lot of bosses have very strong familiars that don't die immediately after shooting them, so it's something really profitable.
This is a very interesting spell card. It decreases your view, though since it's so high up on the screen, it doesn't affect me so much since it's radius based. But when you're on bottom of the screen, you don't see much at all. And the next one that's coming now is even worse.
What's also important to mention here is that he doesn't that he has to be careful about grazing the timing of the grazes, since since these balls just go into the arrowheads, and you want to graze them just as they change.
This
so
is
you
so
get,
sick.
so you
Damn,
can
man.
graze the maximum amount of arrowheads instead of those balls.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on in this spell card.
Yeah,
I'm
he-
sorry.
He's grazing around.
Yeah,
We know what's happening, we just don't know how he's doing it. That's
yeah,
Yeah.
it's more like, I guess.
Oh.
So I got a
Yes,
question in the chat.
if you-
Doesn't shooting familiar push your bar towards 0?
Yes, if you kill them, it will
That's true,
push
it
it towards
does,
0.
yes.
But killing 1 or 2, it won't hurt you too much. You see, the time orbs you get from them will push you back to the right direction you were at.
unless you kill too many
Yes.
at once.
Okay, stage 3.
That's also the reason why you rather kill the master.
Stage 3 is very technical and has a lot of second type cancels, so it's really difficult to pull them off perfectly. Okay, what you don't see here is that those parries that have 2 familiars on them, left and right, shoot. Yeah, there you see it. They shoot these big rings of rice pellets, and he cancels them all, so he gets a lot of extra time from that.
Hey, could I get a timestamp?
Got 1019, 1020, 1021, 1022.
Right, up there too.
Right.
Here you can see
Okay.
he's shooting familiars instead of the mid boss herself, so he can farm more time.
Yeah.
He's
Right.
also stalling it out to get more familiars on screen, because the more familiars a boss or mid boss spawns, the higher, the more time you get per
Super grace.
per familiar per cancel.
Okay, for this spell card here, he had aligned himself up with by using the display on the right side of the screen to get properly into this safe spot where he can graze all these bullets and avoid the bubbles. This is worth quite a lot, and it's important to get down.
And it's really hard.
Man, those bubbles.
And yeah,
For me, that is the hardest super grace in the game. Because those big bullets that you shoot, those are aimed.
yeah.
So as soon as you hear the sound, you have to move, but you cannot move too quickly. And you're too slow if you move focused, so it's very easy to overshoot.
It's very timing based, yeah.
It
It's
looks
very
like he's
timing
getting
based.
hit.
Hitboxes.
Very standard generic on spell card pattern. Nothing to say about.
Yeah.
Nothing to say about it at all. It's boring. Move on.
It's not even fun to play.
Not really.
You come to, oh, this again.
I think
It's not even
important to know that
challenging.
he's stalling her to get more familiars on screen.
Yeah.
Okay. Does Youmu solo focus move slower than border team focus?
No,
Maybe
she's faster. She's definitely faster. Border team's like the slowest team.
That's why
Okay.
I like to use them.
That was a question in the chat.
Well, actually, I have no idea.
This is static, so you can memorize it. And
Static with aimed bullets, yes.
Was that a
Yeah.
bomb that we saw there?
So,
that was a death bomb.
Yes, that's a
Yeah.
death bomb.
bad
Okay,
luck.
that was a death bomb. Okay.
Was the death bomb on purpose?
No.
No.
I believe not.
That one
on
was.
this-
However,
on
that
second
at the end
one,
was with purpose, because then he can get into the safe spot here right at the start of the spell. This
Instead of
is a
grazing
very,
from the
very
outside.
important super grace. As you'll notice, you gain a lot of point item value for doing this.
Holy crap.
This is amazing. Oh, I can't even see his character.
Time.
This is just stage 3, guys.
Wow. This is some next level shit right now. Wow.
And this attack you'll just want to kill off as quickly as possible, firing unfocused for extra time ops and stuff. It's not very hard to dodge too, so just kill it quickly.
Those lasers,
Laser
personally, those are the
static,
hardest
arrow
bullets
heads,
for me in the entire
And
series.
the arrow, I think I aimed at you in some way. I don't know the specifics, I just try not to get hit and it works every time.
Try not to get hit. Here we go. Big tip. Right, guys.
No, they're not somehow aimed at you. They're aimed at you, and the lasers are static, so you can basically do the same every time, and it will
Oh.
work.
Okay.
Alright, stage 4. We'll just be seeing a lot more timed cancels of bullets. That's basically what's going on all the time, I know, but, well, I don't have much more to say about that.
Yeah, he's manipulating the aimed bullets to go near the familiar, so he can cancel the extra bullets and get more time.
Right, that's right.
That's also some amazing character control here, because one wrong movement and you hit a bullet during these enemies that have a lot of familiars swirling around them. So it's... I tried it and I died every time, so I say it's very difficult to do.
Youmu is a very hard character to play as. But quite rewarding too, I believe.
Yeah, it must feel awesome if you can do that consistently in a whole run. And
Indeed. Can we get a boss, please?
she's coming now, don't worry.
Ah, yes.
Oh, dang.
Marissa.
Cool transition of trees. The bamboo trees.
Okay, for this one you don't want to shoot Marissa directly at all, but or as little as possible, but shoot the familiars to get extra time.
And when she's about to die, you'll want to stall the attack until she has spawned some more familiars for you to cancel.
Right. I think he spawned. He waits until 5 familiars are out. I'm not sure right now.
Yeah. Pretty tame pattern, though.
Yeah, it's also static, so you can do so. Yeah.
Yes, even dodging it normally while playing not for score is pretty easy.
Yeah, one looked easy.
And then the asteroid belt here, that looks quite impressive. And it probably is.
What you may not notice. What you may not notice is that he doesn't play this unfocused. He quickly focuses so he can dodge and doesn't overtap. But unfocused quickly enough so that he doesn't go below, above minus 30.
All the different colors of the bullets really fuck with your head. They really do.
More
This spell
stars.
is really annoying as a solo human, because the familiars can hurt you, and yeah, you can't make them invulnerable so that they can't hurt you. And God, it's hard to explain. Just know that
What
it's
he's
just
trying
so
to say
hard.
is just play the border team, guys.
Any team for that, really.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, if you want an easy time, go border team.
Hurt by familiars. That's true. Reimu can't get hurt by familiars. That's true. So solo Exactly. Reimu.
So the bullets, did they pass through you, or are you talking about like physical contact with familiars? When you say she can't get hurt.
We're talking
Familiar
about
is-
the flame thingy that we kills. If you're board a team, they cannot hurt you.
With bullets or touching you?
Touching.
By touching you.
Oh, okay. I see. So
And I don't know if
that
you
might-
paid
The bullets
attention, but
still
many
hurt you.
times they're actually flying toward you or just around the screen, so it's actually very easy to accidentally touch them. Especially if you're focused, because then you just see these spell rings, which easily blend in with these stars.
Pebbles, you know?
Starlight Technique.
When we're seeing the other stage 4, we will see a lot more grazes than we see here. So
Please look forward to that.
Okay.
yeah, Marissa is one way you get points by playing unfocused, while Reimu is the enemy where you get more points grazing out her attacks.
There's a lot to keep in mind with this game.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's probably the most elaborate scoring system in Touhou.
Yeah.
Maybe PCB is.
PCB
on
is
par
very
with it,
close. But I think this game
Yeah,
has
right.
one or two more factors.
I'm gonna have to post like a guide,
But it-
like with the video for this.
I personally find PCB though harder to score on. Because that one requires timing with the
yeah.
border. But that's another story.
Border time is an entirely different game altogether. Please have someone else comment on that. Very thank you very much.
I'd like to ask you the same, really. What Alan does in this spell is he's going to soon change into human mode again, so he can shoot for time orbs instead of grazing for them. Since it's I don't know if it's too hard or why he's doing it, but it's probably more profitable to start shooting unfocused at one point with below 30%.
Here comes the final Master Spark.
Final Master Spark. Huge laser.
Yes.
Memorization. Learn how to do it. Never fail it again.
Still
I
pretty
still
hard.
fail it.
I fail it.
Whoa!
But he's
Just
really he's really good at manipulating it.
I swear
But
it's like
probably the
teleported
easiest
there.
last spell.
It probably is the easiest last spell, I think.
I think it is
Oh,
the
yeah.
hardest one.
No, it's
Okay,
definitely the
Second fourth
easiest.
stage with Scarlet team. Oh
Then
boy.
again, I only play a normal, so that's where I score on.
Okay.
So changing it up here to a team.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's important to note here that every team and single character has a special ability. The special ability from Scarlet team is that the item falling speed is half as fast, and they drop an extra bomb when they die.
Yeah, Sakurai will have the slow falling speed if you play her solo too. It could be useful for getting all the items above the POC,
Right.
especially when you play a Sakurai solo, because you see those daggers of hers, they don't do a lot of damage. It makes
they're
killing
very
fights quickly very difficult.
Right.
Not that I would know it's Sakurai, I don't want to play her ever.
Liking these bullet cancels. Pretty cool.
Hmm.
Looks fun.
Right. What you will also notice is that the stronger the human shot is, the more time orbs you collect shooting focused. So Saki has the weakest shot, so she collects the least amount of time orbs, while Youmu is, I think, the strongest and collects the most.
Yeah, a lot of nuances to keep in mind with with the different situations in the game and stuff. Man, it's pretty deep. Wow.
It is deep. I really gotta envy the Nord and RNG for commenting on a much more simple game. They had it easy. Okay, so this spell card you'll want to stay close to Reimu. Yeah,
At the start.
And you want to grace these things for the beginning of the spell, but you'll want to get out quickly before she starts shooting all these aim stuff. Because I don't think any human on this planet has the reflexes to dodge those while being close to Reimu.
Whoa.
Yet.
Yeah.
Yet. One day it might happen. You don't know.
That was a great pattern.
Wonderful Shrine Maiden of Paradise. Okay.
I never noticed that her familiar is Jing Yang orbs.
Now you did.
You learn something new every day.
For this
This
spell, it's important
artist
to
just kill it quickly, okay.
no. It's important to know that you can manipulate Reimu's movement, and you will want to do that so you can POC for maximum value after the spell is over, since the point items from clearing the spell get drawn to you automatically. So you want to stay above.
Yeah,
Ah.
You want to be above it before it ends.
Since there are a lot of these patterns, do you make a distinguishment between with bullets that are aimed versus bullets that are just like a static pattern? Can you elucidate a little bit on how you your tactics for dodging and whatnot?
I only do that if I need to.
So you
Yes.
Basically, if a pattern is being hard to dodge, I try to learn how to do it.
I see. So you learn to play.
Well, if it's a static pattern, you play it a lot because you like the game or something. You will at one point have a path memorized anyway. But I too rarely put any effort into memorizing things if they aren't hard to dodge,
You
because
don't have to.
it's extra effort that you don't need.
I see.
Unless you want to pass stage 4 in Ketsui.
Oh, okay.
Very funny. Very
Oh
funny.
boy.
What tips would you give for beginning Touhou players? Let's say people that are into Touhou fandom and then just realize, hey, they're based on these Danmaku games, or they're like, oh wait, I want to go ahead and give these a try. Like, any tips to
Border team.
which game to begin with?
Mountain of Faith probably. It gives you a lot of bombs, and the bomb is really strong.
I see.
And the patterns aren't overly difficult, so I really think it's the best game to start with.
Mountain of Faith. Okay,
Yeah, I would agree. It's a great
Yeah.
entry point, as I said earlier.
great.
It's hard to argue which game is the best to start with. It's easy to say which game is best to not start with.
Oh, okay. Maybe we should
Okay.
talk about those then, like, what not to start with.
You do not start with SA, Touhou 11.
Okay.
I would recommend not starting with Phantasmagoria of Dim Dream.
Yeah, it's definitely the hardest game in the series on Hardened Lunatic.
I would also recommend not starting with anything before Phantasmagoria of Dim Dream, just because it might leave you with a sour taste in your mouth.
Nobody plays Story of Easter Wonderland. Nobody.
I do.
At least not regularly.
They're like, wait a minute.
Okay, one person plays it regularly. One person.
I'm unique!
How many do you do?
I also play highly responsive to prayers. That's my favorite
Oh.
PC98 game.
Okay, this spell is has a lot of aimed elements, so you can memorize a path through it to get maximum grace, as Alan does here. if you don't have a path memorized, it can get really difficult, to be honest. I've died many times on it because I didn't have a route through it. So it's probably one of the spells where you will want to have one, actually. On a side note, I love the sound you hear when the player collects time orbs. I don't know why.
So do you guys know the story about the game, or shall I take it? If anyone actually cares about the story.
Sure.
What? These games have story?
Well, the team you play notices that the moon is that's out is fake, and they freeze the night to, well, fix it, and set out to find the one who's behind the moon stealing, and that's basically it.
Yeah. Do you know why they stole the moon?
To hide.
Yes. Tay and the party Kaguya wanted to hide from the lunar emissary who wanted to bring Kaguya back. So they took up a false moon in order to hide themselves from them. And
Right.
But it turns out everything is useless.
It's a Touhou game, don't mind the story too much, please.
Yeah.
Oh.
the story can get pretty deep, depending on how much you want to read into it.
Depending on how much you've drunk.
That as well. Okay.
So stage 5 will feature a lot of bunny hugging, I'm sure.
Yeah, it does. Because that's the only way to circumvent destroying all the at least half the familiars of the bunnies, since Youmu can't penetrate them.
Like most people would love to. I'm sorry.
I'm sure a lot of people would agree. Don't worry about it.
That's right. Here
What?
it comes out. The Touhou hentai.
I'm sure my taste is way better than his, so don't worry about it. Okay, mid-boss soon.
Mid-boss
Yes.
hot.
I like this mid-boss a lot. Would like to explore her rabbit hole sometime.
What about the main boss?
That one was for you, RNG, in case you don't know. Okay.
Very good, very good.
I find this mid-stage boss very weird because she has no spell cards.
I also find that you can just sit in this position and wait for her to shoot bullets.
Something I don't understand is why she doesn't drop an extend, because usually she does it. I have to assume it's a bug, but
It's a mystery.
I really... Yeah, it's a mystery.
That looks so scary.
It is scary.
Yes, because those familiar can kill you if they touch you, and he's in the middle of them.
No, those were blue familiars. They don't hurt you. Only the red ones hurt.
There's
But,
difference?
the bunnies... Yeah, there's a difference.
Oh.
They are friendly and unfriendly familiars. But the bunnies shoot bullets also inside the familiars where you are, so you have to make careful movements not to get hit by them.
Dang.
And that's the scary part.
That's some insane stuff.
Here comes the most gimmicky boss in the entire franchise. She's
Yeah,
100%
Raisin-
gimmick.
Yeah, Raisin is the
Racing
boss
is all
of-
about crazy super graces, as we will see right about now. It is a static thing, but it takes a lot of precision to do it right.
Right.
If you don't do any of these super graces, it's probably the easiest to shoot 'em up boss in existence.
Yeah. She's at that
Just
hard.
gotta know how to do them, and she's not very hard, no.
It's that kind of boss that there's no way we will beat her on the first time because you have no idea what the fuck is actually going on.
That's
But as
true
you can-
enough, you won't do it not the first time.
I can't remember the first
And
time
you can
anymore.
kind of see the tiny little hole where he wants to position.
However, it'll be very good.
Getting in that hole.
I'm gonna do this because Gus isn't here. She's going all the way.
That gray spot. It's like
Pro hentai 7 hours a day.
That's right.
it's her good gray spot. It's like her G spot.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Here it goes. See, we didn't start the loot until 34 minutes in, so
That will happen eventually. It's a Touhou game, come on.
come on, guys.
So, yeah, but this is Imperishable Night. This is not one of my favorite casts, you know. It was UFO, perfect, awesome, and Bottom and Scarlet Devil. I would be loot all the time, don't you worry.
But we have Youmu as playable, so that's a big plus, definitely.
Yeah, but I cannot make any jokes about her because, well, I promised not to.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Oh, wait, I wanted to give a shout out to the different Touhou communities. One, which is called ShrineMaiden.org. And you can find like some of the commentaries, like Saps helps run that forum. Also, there's a role-playing forum that I happened upon called Possibility of Interminable Reciprocity, which is a Touhou project role-play forum on rp.mokou.org. So shout out to that crew. And then finally, Soda, you have like a Swedish community,
Yes, we have
right?
the Swedish community. For us Swedes alone. Yeah.
Oh, what's the title of that community or
Touhou
board?
Sweden.
Touhou
Or
Sweden.
www.touhou.nu.
Oh, okay.
Very creative. I just thought I'd mention it.
Yeah, there's a lot of different communities for different languages. I know the French has one, and I think Italy has two actually.
Oh. Man, these
And
shadows.
the Finnish has one.
Can't keep track of them all. But if you're Swedish, you like Touhou, give us a chance. We are active in conventions, we put up computers and let people play, and we have tournaments. We just a really cool bunch guy to hang out with.
That is so cool.
That sounds nice.
That is awesome. I've been trying to. I just put in an application for STG Weekly to do a panel at the local anime convention, like Anime Expo. And I'd love to pick your brain about how to do maybe hosting like a little Touhou get together with computers and games, and really do that up. So let's spread the love of Touhou. And
Let's spread the love to the Touhou.
shmup.
that's right.
Alright, so what will we be doing now? Stage 6A?
Yes, this is 6A.
Yes.
And after
Oh,
that is
great.
6B.
Oh, that's actually not great at all, sorry.
Everyone loves 6B more.
Oh, I'm not sure actually, but that's just something I have to say because Aaron is here and I do not like Aaron at all.
Well, 6B gives
But
more
okay,
score
here's something
overall.
important to mention. You do not want to kill the familiars of these things. Because if you do that, you get way less items, and if you'll notice, the point item value is way above 1 million right now, so if you lose out on items, it's very costly to your score.
Oh, okay.
More so in stage 6B, since there are more point items in that stage than there are here.
And in stage 6B, it's actually difficult to kill them
Yeah.
sometimes. Depending on whether the random number generator decides to put them in the most dickish ways. Which I will assure you, if you've got a good run going, it'll probably do that.
Yeah, so it's a cash-in stage. I think he already gained like 1.5 billion score or something.
No, Stage 6B gains pretty much a billion from it.
Sure.
The Scarlet run we have, I mean, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure, yes.
It's a lot of points in any case.
Yeah, it's a lot of points.
Yeah, missing out on those screws the run over hard, so if that happens, you might as well want to restart.
I don't know if it's as bad as messing up a UFO summon in the late game of UFO, but it's something
It's
you don't
probably
want to happen
comparable.
in. Maybe it's comparable, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Aaron.
What's your problem?
Do you really want to know what my problem is?
Yes.
She's way too old.
Like a lot of other people.
Look at the fan art. She, well, she gets cursed by certain, let's say, deformations, or, well, yeah.
She has tits, I know what you mean.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to say. I try not
It's
to use
cursed
it.
with tits. What?
Tits aren't attractive, that's it, basically.
Oh, because yeah, they all. Okay. It's like a standard type of thing. It's
I thought you
low
meant
standard.
physical age.
Yeah, good point.
Oh god.
Age doesn't have that much of a role in Touhou, really. They are
No.
characters 500 years old and they look like 10 years, so...
Yeah, but Erin here is over 1,000 years old, as far as I know. and-
She's at least three...
character-
she's at
can I-
least...
Yeah.
You go first.
This is one of my favorite spells in the game, by the way. It's very awesome.
I'm very tired.
And very tight.
It killed me so many times when I went for the no miss no bomb.
Yeah, I picked you.
Dang.
And for this non-spell, I guess you'll just try to read the bubbles ahead in time, so you don't have to use a bomb like he does here.
He dodged it, but he panicked, so... it wasn't really necessary, but it happens,
Oh.
I guess.
Sometimes you do things that aren't necessary, and you'll end up regretting it later,
Like getting hit.
like getting hit.
Worst spell ever.
Yeah, this spell is
It's
all
just-
about micro-tapping precision. There's no reading at all involved, it's just a test of how accurately you can tap. So I don't appreciate it a lot. But I guess it's very simple if you're a player of this level, because at this point I don't think movement control is an issue for him anymore.
That we can assume, yes.
Apollo 13 is one of the most difficult spells to handle in the game. It's a static pattern that is randomly aimed at your position as far as I'm aware. But even so, it can be quite hard to read it at times. There's also a safe spot you can use if you position yourself very close to Aaron, so I don't do that. Besides, it's pretty... look at the accuracy. I'd say it's easier to just dodge it normally.
So
And
I
as for
noticed
not-
like
yeah.
a lot of these patterns have been like straight survival for
Yeah,
a
well,
while.
Yeah, it looks like it. What he's trying to do here is kill off the familiars with Yomu's powerful shot. Because every time those bubbles rub against the familiars, they release a lot of those small bullets.
Oh, that's a
Mean-
I
tap.
actually think he's doing it for another reason.
Yeah, okay, he's also doing it to milk for time orbs, I guess.
Oh, he died.
This
Yeah.
is general advice, I guess, for people wanting to play this game. It can be quite hard to dodge this attack, you see, as he just demonstrated.
Yes.
I think he must have been facepalming pretty hard over dying to something like that. You see, when you clear the game, you get a bonus for all your lives, and I think it's like 40 million on lunatic difficulty for every life, so it's it's pretty heavy losing a life to something like this. Also
I
consider it's the spell bonus.
I see.
Yeah, that death was definitely worth like 60 to 70 million points. For optimal play, you will want to do this card unfocused the whole time if you're playing Youmus, but because this is kind of inhuman, Alan will focus on several phases of it.
Playing this attack optimally would probably be pretty hard. Like as Youmu, you would probably, well, any human, you would be shooting unfocused to gain the time off from doing that, and you will want to handle most of the spell atop the screen to collect the items at optimal value.
Yeah.
And doing that on this spell card would be very difficult.
Yeah.
Especially on the later phases, as you'll see later. Right now it's not as hard, that hard, you can see.
Really flashy one.
Like that, soon we will see a pattern with crisscrossing green bullets. I would imagine that would be quite the nightmare to handle at top of the screen. And after that, she will impose some artificial slowdown upon you, similar to what you'd see in a cave-style game, to make dodging of the final barrage easier. It is the only time in the Touhou series that ever happens.
Really?
Yeah.
Now it happens. Yeah.
Cool.
And even the countdown clock.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it's everything down.
you're actually dodging way longer than the clock's telling you. I can't imagine what a wreck he must be right now, considering he sees he has a potential for world record.
Yeah.
It's trippy how the time is slower.
So Sakurei, just one thing. When you were going for that no miss no bombs run, I assume that involved attack too, right?
What? Yeah, that involves this attack too. I died once
Oh,
at
you
0
just failed.
seconds. I failed it once at 0 seconds, and I was super angry at it because that was so annoying. That was just
Yeah,
the
it's a
worst.
shame you failed that attack right at the end.
Yeah.
Can't do anything about that. Moving on to stage 6B. And these fuckers are, well, you'll want to memorize their bullets, because if you don't do that, it'll be pretty hard to dodge.
Yeah, they're static, and yeah, that's it basically. Now you'll see the big Hessian part. As you saw in 6A, it's only one fairy pair wave, so to speak. But here it's 3, so you get a lot more point items. I think
Nice.
300 more point items. I think 300 is a appropriate number.
Well, you can kind of follow how many point items he picks up by looking at the statistics on the right side of the screen.
Yeah, that's what I was
And for
doing.
every one of those items, you would get like over 2.2 million.
Yeah, he gets 2.28 million per item right now.
Yes. Also, one thing that is important to mention here in stage 6, we have mentioned it earlier, I think, the thing about time orbs being affected by how many items you have. He has a lot of items now, which means that every time orb he collects is worth like 7,000 points, I think. So he will be doing some super graces, one in particular being the most valuable one. At the end of this fight we are approaching now. And you'll notice at that time the score just skyrockets, because he's collecting all those time orbs and grazing all those bullets.
Damn.
Yeah.
How many numbers, man? Fuck.
My mind.
Okay. So we are now facing off against the final boss, the true final boss of the game, Kaguya, and she can be quite a bitch.
She's definitely one of the hardest bosses in the whole series.
Oh.
Probably among the top 5 most difficult bosses overall. Probably
Yeah.
very top. Like it's
She's-
her. Yeah, they're among the.
Oh my gosh, that's sick.
She has some very RNG heavy attacks, so it's also really difficult to get consistent at her.
This attack.
It's just
I
so
think
cool.
it's somewhat aimed at you. I don't know. I don't feel it too
Lasers
much.
are static according to her positions. The rest is random. There are no aimed elements.
Okay, for this
This
attack,
one, this is aimed.
yeah, he
Yeah.
missed it to the top of the screen to make most of the bullets go there, so we can have an easier time shooting the attack unfocused at the bottom.
Oh, neat. That's cool.
He milked the attack for as many time orbs as he can possibly get by shooting exclusively at the familiars and trying to avoid hitting Kaguya, which is pretty easy right now. But later you'll see how he tries to go out of his way to avoid shooting Kaguya and only hitting the familiars, because the familiars only take a fragment of the damage that the boss would take. So he can make the boss take more damage by shooting exclusively at the familiars, so he can get more time orbs. And Buddha's Diamond is probably her most RNG-based attack. It can be pretty nasty sometimes with those lasers trapping you in a cage with a lot of stars and aimed bullets coming right at you.
Wow.
It didn't happen here though.
I would have gotten hit because I felt walls.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Hood color. Okay, so he bombed it. Okay.
Yeah, he saw the bullet
Dude.
that was about to hit him, and he was just in time.
This is like a
to not that
parfait of
bomb.
this is like a parfait of bullets.
Yeah. This is so beautiful to watch. It'd be hard for me to be mesmerized, like, oh look, it's so pretty. Oh, I got hit by a bullet.
Here goes another of those fancy grace tricks. The fireballs you'll see in a static pattern, while the laser
Damn.
at you, so he can kind of do it very cool like this.
That was pretty
Uh,
cool.
okay, I was not grace. I'm sorry, fail.
Is that the real moon behind Kaguya?
Yes.
Yes.
It's a-
It also says on the dialogue, but that we skipped that.
Oh, okay.
Wait, the moon's shooting bullets?
No, Kaguya shooting bullets.
Oh.
The moon is behind Kaguya.
Okay.
Go halfway right now. She will take revenge by firing a big wall of bullets at you. So don't move too close to her.
Oh, man.
Another thing we probably have forgot to mention. I'm not sure. I would just cover it right now just to be safe. If you do a death bomb, you lose 2 bombs instead of 1.
Right. Yeah, we've seen that.
We did cover that. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. And this attack
Oh.
can be pain.
I hate this attack.
Sometimes I would get trapped on the top of the screen and hit by that big wave threat. But that can be really annoying.
And that's the Super Mega Ultra Grace card, where you get a zillion points.
For a duel, this is the ultimate Super Grace, guys. Just look at how the points just skyrocket if you look at the score counter.
Yeah.
Every one of those time off, they give him like 7,000, 8,000 points right now. Plus the
Right now
points
they should give him about 8,200.
like the formula for calculating how much points the time orbs give you is something like point items divided by 2 multiplied by 10.
Damn. I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah. This is a Fruit Loops shit. Fruit Loops.
That's what the spell card should be called.
Wow. Look at these micro dodging. It's not just like the same interval too. It's like one, and then a longer one.
Yeah, it's quite sick to watch. Personally, I have a lot of trouble with this card. I always forget how to do it, so I get hit a lot. And it really hurts my points.
Is Alan active on Shrine Maiden, or is he
No,
Swedish
he's,
player?
probably a Japanese super player, so he's not on Shrine Maiden.
I see.
He posts his stuff on Royal Flare, and I don't know if he communicates with other Japanese people. He probably does.
And now for something that is exclusively for Kaguya, she has 5 last spells, unlike every other boss. And every of these last spell is worth at least 100 million points, I guess.
Wasn't it 200 million?
Because
Something around there.
because you get around 40 million spell card bonus, you get 40 million nighttime bonus at the end of the game. But if you fail a card, you lose that nighttime bonus, depending.
There's bug.
Yeah,
Man.
and yes, and of course the extra time orbs you collect are also worth a lot of points.
Damn, dude.
These are the spell card that doesn't have a limit on their spell card bonus.
Right, survival spells generally don't have that. If you're playing Youmu or Marissa solo, or as teams too, I guess, you will do the third one unfocused because it nets you more time orbs, because they are strong human shots, so they collect more.
Dang, yeah, like the perfect
Now
timing.
we get one of the most profitable super graces in the game. He will safeguard himself right here between those bullets
But-
for 3 weeks. Then he will, with expert timing, move out of the pattern and stream the attack slowly. Now look at
It's
already-
worth 150 million points, so it's really important that you do it if you score.
if you will hate the
How do you get out of there? I was like, fucking super metrics.
Yeah.
Shit.
I did it a few times within 100 tries, but I still don't get it. I still don't know how they do it. You can probably base it off the sound effects or something as a help.
Yeah, it's obviously some timing thing.
Oh, bullet vomit.
Okay, and Rising World here can be pretty nasty sometimes. I personally think he got a really easy wave this time though.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, he captured all of them and that's worth a lot, so now he has 6.3 billion and that's the world record for Scarlet team. Okay, now we're moving on to the extra stage, played by .asl, or just ASL,
Yes.
I don't know.
Yep, different
And
player.
it's done with Youmu solo. Just to prove that he can. And he starts out the stage by gracing these things.
Each
The
of
rules
these
haven't really
reds-
changed.
Yeah.
And he
Okay.
also
The
uses
rules are the
excellent
same.
gun control to cancel the bullets from the familiars.
What he's doing here is he's shooting. These familiars are very durable, so he's shooting a lot of not shooting the same familiar the whole time to to not destroy it, so that he can get maximum amount of time orbs and points and everything.
He's basically milking
Yeah, and
them.
that sounds complicated just because it is.
Good, yeah, good point.
I took way too long to explain that.
Ah, don't worry about it, I still love you.
I love you too.
Aww. Okay. Now Kana is the mid-boss in this stage. For the first spell card, ASL will just be shooting at it unfocused because with Yomu's powerful shot, it's worth more time orbs to just shoot it unfocused rather than to try and raise it. And all the bullets are, well, it's aimed bullets on top of a static pattern that alternates between 2 patterns as far as I remember.
Yeah, you remember right.
Yeah, I remember right, thank you. Good.
The
now
second one is
You can take.
okay.
Please.
The second one is a very difficult super grace that has you need to get into the rhythm then not mess up when you move out of the way of the aimed bullets. So it's really easy to mess up, and if you're not being aggressive enough, you won't get the most amount of time. So it's only really worth it if you go all the way, basically. It's
Go
really
all the
difficult.
way. You gotta go all the way.
Yeah, you gotta go full shmup when you practice this, definitely.
That's right. Full shmup.
It looks like it.
Takes about 7 hours a day. Oh, this
Yeah,
is crazy.
Touhou hentai. 7 hours a day.
No Touhou hentai. Not now. Not with Kane. That's. Wait, so
And only Touhou fans
No,
understand that one.
Go all the way.
not all the way. That's just grub. And in here he just super grazes because that's worth more to him. He will do it in a way that allows him to graze both the blue bullets, but also those lanes of red bullets. And yeah, I'm probably saying the obvious right now. So, Kane, please leave.
That's all
Yeah,
good.
but the second half isn't very exciting either. So
Okay, Moko, please come around, please.
Oh yeah, it's easy to get out of words when there's so much milking, extending things.
I don't want to milk Kane.
She's a
who
cow!
does?
She's a filthy cow. Yeah. I don't like to milk livestock. I really don't.
Okay. These big fairies have very weak familiars. So what ASL does is manipulate the ghost trailing behind him to go behind these
Inside.
familiars, so he can so he can shoot the. Are they bunnies or fairies? I don't know.
Gradius
To,
style.
The Ferris.
Yeah, to damage the fairy directly.
Ferris with bunny
Yeah.
ears.
It looks pretty scary to me, actually. It probably is.
Where is he?
He is within the bullets.
So many times where I've just like lost the location of the character. It's like fuck. I start looking
don't
at
worry
like another bullet.
Though he does handle it without focusing, so it does become more difficult. He uses focus to make red dodges, but he will still want to shoot it as much as he can without focus. And
Okay, for this, the super grace is harder than it looks. Moko's collision hitbox is really big, so you have to be for one, be careful that you don't hit her. Second, her up and down movement is random, but she follows you, and due to that up and down movement, she can create some very tight gaps. So unless you are going for something really high for score, you will probably want to end it when she does something unfair. When she creates when she creates a small gap, basically.
Sometimes getting close to the edge there. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Dang. That's like surfing.
That was really close.
but it's over now.
Dang.
And this attack is just being killed off as quickly as possible, I believe.
Yeah. It
There's
doesn't
no
have
way
any-
to super brace it, so just kill it
Yeah.
off as quickly as possible to get the most amount of points from it. Yeah, super grace.
The reason why he waited a second to collect the items is that the point time orbs were still being drawn to him, so he could maximize the point item value before
That's
collecting.
Man. So yeah, so much optimization. It's so crazy.
And this attack is really simple. It's just the phoenixes are aimed at you, so you can handle it the same way every time. What ASL is doing here is timing off its killing with the wave where 5 phoenixes are being shot, so he can get the maximum bullet cancelling bonus. I think this is probably where those star items I mentioned at the beginning come into play. Maybe.
Well, it is everywhere in the background all the time. It's the same in all games. Star point
Please
items.
don't bully. I only learned about the star items today.
Don't worry.
Just kill it when most bullets are on screen. Simple enough. Good. Moving on. Just chilling.
Yes, Obi-Wan. If you look even closely, you can even see the text resurrection every time as well.
Huh? Oh, yeah.
Don't tell me you learned that only now.
No. I did know about that one. Kill Moko every time, so she has to resurrect herself because she's a phoenix.
She's an immortal.
So she's
Took
pretty
the Horai elixir as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, spelled
Okay,
wrong.
can we talk about something? This is going to take a while.
Yeah. So what do you guys want to talk?
So what's your favorite
I mean,
Touhou
it's important,
character?
but
My favorite Touhou character? I think that's Kogasa. Kogasa, definitely.
Flandre, definitely.
Flandre, she's nice too.
Cool.
But off limits.
Any specific reason
Unless in the
why?
first one with Kogasa.
Kogasa, just because she's awesome. The best kind of awesome.
Flandre, because she's awesome. The best kind of awesome.
The same kind of awesome as mine, I guess.
Yeah,
Okay,
definitely.
first to mention, this is one of those tricky super graces where, well, you'll want to avoid and grace it like this. He to this same side like 2 or 3 times in a row because Moko is firing aimed bullets and he doesn't want those bullets to get in his way. As you can see, he has a lot of bullets to worry about.
Looks like it's like bouncing off the walls, like like Pong. Is he playing Pong?
Yes. If you want, if you want to see it like that, then say he's playing Pong. It doesn't really
he's
matter.
playing Pong. And he's getting a lot of points in playing Pong. I would bet it'd be pretty impressive to score 45 million plus grace in a Pong game.
Pong with grazing. Great idea.
And it's not one of those attacks with huge timers, so if you can keep doing this, it's worth a lot. But if you're just wanting to play for fun, you'll be bored very
I don't know, this looks kind of fun.
Well, you shoot down this spell card pretty
It's
quick
Pong.
anyway.
Pong is one of the best games.
Okay.
And they did have those like Arkanoid Touhou games. Whatever.
No, they did not.
Well, the bouncer ones.
Yeah, okay.
What? Oh, you mean Touhou 1?
Was it just one?
That's the only one, and thank goodness for that, because...
Okay. Okay, just bringing it back then.
Yeah.
Mention that name, please. I have been squashed by a lot of balls in that game.
Gross, man. Gross.
I could get used to it, I think.
Fair enough.
Please only when it's when they are my balls, okay?
Yeah, okay. 7 hours a day, please.
All right.
We gotta go all the way, you know.
Go all the way. Why even try? If we aren't gonna go.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Why even if we're not gonna go all the way, huh?
I
This
feel
spell
like
card.
I have to explain a little about this. If you're not high enough on the screen, you can't grace these tentacles, so you have to be high enough. But of course, the higher you are, the tighter it gets. So it's really difficult to do the whole spell like ASL does. It's really impressive.
Dang.
How's he getting past the laser? Is he timing like when it
The laser
goes?
doesn't get a hitbox before or after a few seconds after it's spawned.
The
That can be
laser
quite
misses
tricky.
the laser misses if you tap into its direction when it's spawned. So
Yeah, basically. It gains its hitbox when it reaches the point you were at when it spawns.
Oh, cool.
And that's something that you have to know before you want to play this game. Because if you see that laser, your first instinct would probably just be to move out of its way. And that's the worst thing you can do. Because that's basically sealing your fate right there.
yeah, it's definitely one of those spots you have to know before you can clear it.
I honestly have no idea how people even figured out that moving towards laser was a good idea, but I guess you find out crazy things.
Nothing else worked, so why not try suicide, huh?
We just tried a desperate solution and it worked. Yeah, we know that Touhou lasers are weird, so let's try this.
Actually, lasers in Touhou weren't all that common until
Environment of
Paint, I
Had
guess.
them.
Embodiment of Scarlet doesn't have any lasers at all, I think.
It does. Please look up your things, like counterclock. Imagine that, or patchouli. That counts as lasers.
Oh, yeah, okay. But it doesn't have many in any case.
No, it doesn't have a lot of them. That's true. Oh, and Remilia has a lot of them too, and I hate them. Back to the.
Extra
Young
stage
Demon
is going
Lord.
on for a while.
Yeah, it's going on for 5 minutes yet.
Yeah,
Phoenix Tail here is just random fireballs, and I believe those larger bullets are aimed at you.
Fireball!
yeah, the large
Right.
bullets are aimed.
And
It
he's
can be
doing
very disorienting if
without focus. And then comes one of the hardest attacks in the game. It only lasts
attack.
a while, but it's pretty intense.
I die here.
Yeah,
So do I.
it's pretty fun if you just stop shooting as best you can, though.
That looked like some Katsui right there, or something.
Yeah, just stop shooting and keep dodging, and see if you can do that without getting hit. I
Oh
cannot.
man, the fake psycho bullets.
Yeah, on Fujiyama Volcano, you'll
It's very
probably
boring.
want to memorize the pattern. That way the grenades.
That's really cool.
Okay, one thing to explain here again is that usually she doesn't drop any point items after you capture it, but for some reason it does here. A theory is that if you finish it off when there are 10 familiars on screen, which is one of these explosion things, you get these point items. So I suppose you have to try it. And this is another survival spell, so there is no spell bonus limit. So you want to maximize the amount of time orbs you get to raise the bonus.
Yeah, and I'd just like to point out that the thing he's doing right now is fiendishly difficult to do.
Oh yeah, he's doing like really tiny dodges there.
Yeah,
Right.
and right at the end of it, he goes unfocused in order to allow the time orbs to fill him back to complete human again.
Wow,
So he can start shooting the familiars and to milk them for optimal amounts of time orbs.
Must need a really good rhythm there.
Yeah, I've never been able to do that second phase streaming before. It's just my hands are too clumsy. Make entirely too large taps. But it's necessary if you want good punch from this attack.
And you do.
And you do.
Why wouldn't you?
Because if you're not gonna go all the way, why even try, huh?
yeah, that's right.
Right, exactly. I also want to point out that 52 million for that spell is a whole fucking lot.
Yeah, normally if you just go for survival, you would get 10 million points from it. Probably.
55 times as much. Wow.
Now this attack is peculiar because it doesn't progress as you deal damage to it. It progresses depending on the time. So she will add more and more layers of things to do as you go along. Now it's at its hardest right now, but as you'll notice, whenever she spawns those large red and blue lanes of bullets, they leave behind a single bullet at their spawn point. So you get less and less space to do the dodging on.
Oh.
Still want to time it out so you can not only graze it for a lot of time orbs, but also get large cancel bonus from it.
Gotcha.
Another thing, if you capture, I think it's like 8 spell cards in this extra stage, you get to face off against the last spell. It's not dependent on how much time you have. As you see, he has 100,000 time out of 10. that's pretty easy to hit. But here it is. And if you
I think it was 7 spell cards, not 8.
maybe 7. That might be it, yeah.
Oh,
And then-
wow.
Raise it with very accurate movement to raise the point item, the spell card value.
One thing I want to mention, and that's very easy to miss, is that after the last spell card, he quick used the time orbs he gathered from grazing to go to full human to collect above the point of collection to get the maximum amount of points from the point items that are dropped from the spell. But he used the time orbs he gets from the capture to go back to full yokai so he can graze this one. It's really easy to miss, but very important
quite
if you want to
technical.
maximize the score.
Nice.
And it's pretty much out of the woods right now. He's past the hardest part of this attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
And that's pretty much
Wow.
it for the extra stage.
Wow. That's amazing.
And that's pretty
Yeah,
much
that's it.
all this game has to offer outside of the last words.
Wow. That is some skills.
Dude. That's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh.
Well, yeah, that's damn. That was that was pretty complicated. But I think this episode would be really good, like because I didn't quite fully grasp all like how the human yokai meter that goes from negative or from 50, like how that changes and stuff. But so what I'm gonna do is actually post a guide, probably post like a guide or something on the YouTube video. But
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably a good
Yeah.
idea. Like Sakurei and me, we spent a lot of time before this episode to understand the finer mechanics of this game. And I think we've learned a lot while doing that. There's a lot of complexity to this game. So to explain all of it in this short amount of time would probably be pretty difficult. Your
Yeah.
best bet is probably just to follow the Touhou Wiki, which has an excellent guide on how this score system
Yeah.
works.
I think
Oh, okay.
yeah, if you wanted to learn, read up on like the mechanics a little bit, and then come to this video once you know kind of a little bit what's to expect, and then all the stuff will make sense. Because like for me, not all of it made sense, but I did get a decent idea of like how stuff was going down as we went
Oh, that's
along.
nice.
But I think you guys did a good job. I think kind of talking about all the little things that were going on there. So yeah, good job.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks.
thank you very much for coming on the show, Sengeku and Sakurai and Soda, definitely. Yeah, we'd love to have you back for future episodes, so hopefully it'll work out.
Sounds like maybe Mountain of Faith will be next one.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely join for that. It's my favorite score system, I guess. So,
Yeah.
and it's
hopefully
a lot
this-
easier than this one.
Definitely a lot.
This was certainly a mouthful of scoring.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like before this episode, we were just discussing at the channel, like where do we even begin?
Yeah.
So much
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
We took a lot of time to explain the basics only. So
Mm.
yeah, it's really elaborate. I really think it's the most elaborate in the whole series.
It seems like with this game, like there's is there a lot of experimentation, like when you're trying to learn the scoring?
You definitely
Or-
need to feel it out.
Because like it
Yeah.
seems like there's like kind of it seems like there's kind of different ways you could maybe approach getting a certain score for each section, and then maybe like it doesn't work out as well, then maybe you think, oh, I guess maybe I'm supposed to be like full human here or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you definitely have to try it out before you can actually do a good run. Then
Because yeah, I kind of get
that's
that.
definitely a factor.
Yeah, I kind of get that impression because with how like technical it was, I just imagine like what it took to get to that level. You know,
Years of playing.
years. Damn.
Years
I
of
guess it
work.
has been out for
Definitely.
some time,
Well, yeah,
huh?
there was a new world record just this year.
And
That
this
is so cool. That's
That was-
dedication.
full shmup, as we say.
Yeah, go full
That-
shmup.
I just took care of that.
Oh.
Okay, whose mom was that this time?
That was my mom. wife, mom.
I wonder
Yeah.
if this is becoming a trend.
That's right. That's right. It doesn't go without STG Weekly with an intrusion of some sort of female.
Oh, hey, settle, guys. Next time I'm bringing my mom along.
Yeah.
Co-commenting.
We need someone's little sister to intrude.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That'd be good.
Arranged too.
That'd be hot.
I have a 10-year-old
As
little
long as
sister.
she's 1,000 years old, it'll be okay.
Yeah. That's right.
That's probably what
Um,
Zun's reasoning was. It's like,
Right.
they're 1,000. I'm
right.
drunk.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, you guys have anything like kind of closing things to say about like learning the game or scoring or anything about the series in general before we wrap up the
Imperishable
episode?
Night can also... You also have this... you have spell card practice in Imperishable Night, which will make practicing a lot easier.
Nice.
Instead
Oh,
of just
that's
practicing the
true.
whole stage, you can go practice a specific spell card.
Any spell card?
Yes, and any spell card.
Oh. Yeah.
That is
Not
so
not
cool.
non-spell card, but spell
That's
The
card.
really-
spell card practice mode is actually very awesome, I think. I used it a lot back when I was getting into higher levels of shoot 'em up gameplay. Like you could just go and play against a hard spell card and just keep playing against this spell card. And because it's all random, it will teach you some very good dodging skills, I think.
This game also has a lot of unlockables. With spell card practice, you can unlock the last word spell cards of different characters, which are these really hard spell cards
That appear only in the game or
that appears
appear-
only there.
Oh.
They are
It's
not
some
e-
extra spell cards.
yeah.
They're not from the game. It's just extra spell cards, and some of them are pretty damn awesome.
That's really cool. Like, do any of the other Touhou games have the spell card practice? Like, I haven't heard about
Yes.
this.
10
First one,
Desires does it have?
has-
10 Desires.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Mm.
has a spell card practice, and it also has something that's similar to Last Words called overdrives. Though that's just spells from the main game being tweaked a little to make them more difficult, and in some cases it works pretty well.
Yeah.
Man, because with how crazy these spell cards get, it really seems like practicing them specifically would help out a lot.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Especially if
Wow.
you're doing like scoring craziness and stuff. I guess that's the idea. You know, wow, that's really cool. Yeah, makes me want to kind of play it just because it has that.
Good.
Because save state horror and all
Well, that's
that.
nice.
Yeah. Get in there, practice it. Just practice.
We really just
Yoshi.
need more people playing this game for score, because I looked at the scoreboard on the Shmups scoreboard, and I didn't like how high I was ranked with that silly 3.3 billion score. So please, someone out there, go beat it for me, please.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. I got the call out.
That's a challenge. Challenge.
That-
Come on,
Yeah,
guys.
it's a
man.
challenge. Please, come on, go beat it. It's very simple to do.
So
Come
basically,
at him, bro.
basically you're saying Shmups Forum sucks for Touhou.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, dang. We're
Yes.
trying to keep the peace, but yeah, it is a friendly challenge, right?
It's a
Friendly
friendly challenge. Unless you don't beat it, then it becomes a very fierce challenge. It's very hostile.
Mm.
And I will tell you that you suck and that you should go kill yourself until you respawn with full talent. And
That's right.
Oh man, stop shitposting, man.
I don't know.
All right.
A grade A quality, you just don't realize it.
Grade A
Thank-
shit.
That's right. Here on STG Weekly. Yes.
All right, well, I think I'm gonna wrap it up then. Yeah, once again, thanks to Zangaku 3, fuck, and Sakurai.
Comment on
Yeah.
this.
Thank you guys we'd
And-
love
and
to have you
Soda.
back in the future. Yeah, and Soda.
We got to talk this
Who
time.
got to talk? Yay!
Feels good, man. I can finally talk because I finally understand something.
There we go.
Yeah. All right, cool. Well, yeah, till next time on STG.
Till next time.
You know,
You can
And,
do the time orbs again.
next
Welcome.
episode will be kind of special, by the way.
Looking
def-
forward to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, expect a thread to go up about it on the Shmups forum as well. Coming up.
Yeah, stay tuned. Same bat time, same bat channel.
So,
Bye bye.
same fucking frenetic.
Yeah.
That's just how we love it.
That's right. You guys love it. Oh, the F man is signing out.
All right.
Yeah, please. Shut up. I'm off to look at Touhou hentai now.
Yep, that's what we're all gonna do now. After a good score sesh.
Suwako-chan, I'm coming for you.
Oh man. Oh man.
I'm gonna have a little chat with Gus on AIM after this.
Love you, Gus. We want to have you back. Come on.
All right, Soda, just prepare to cut it. Just
Yeah.
before we start talking about the worst things.
I'll look
Yeah,
at it as
that's
soon as
right.
I think it